Next up, it's a real sickener.
Indeed, Peter. A right little winker.
In 2006, England had a chance of winning the World Cup, and his name was Wayne Rooney. However, in the quarter-finals, there was another player as good as Rooney, but he played for Portugal, and his name was Cristiano Ronaldo. They were teammates back in Manchester, the best of friends, although they made a very odd couple.
You've got a friend.
They were made for each other.
It's so good because I think they're just completely the two polar opposites of men. Like, one of them is the modern metrosexual complexion of an air hostess, and the other one is just a big ginger ball of testosterone. Like, one wouldn't look out of place in a trendy bar in between a Cosmopolitan and a copy of Vogue. The other one wouldn't look out of place on a wall chart in between Homo habilis and Homo erectus.
You've got a friend.
But at the World Cup, friendship was put aside, even before the match had kicked off.
He knows Wayne Rooney, and, you know, he's told his mates and whatever, you know what I mean, we can get him.
With the scores at 0-0, we were all hoping that Rooney was going to squash Portugal's tender dreams. But instead, he tried to squash Carvalho's tender parts.
Under the nose of the referee, and there's a bit of angst going on here. The Portuguese players are pushing Rooney.
The referee, if you look at it, wasn't going to send Rooney off. It was only when his Manchester United teammate, Cristiano Ronaldo, came along, and he was all like this, he was like, send him off, send him off.
And the referee has gone to his pocket, it's red!
These guys, they know what they're doing, and he knows Rooney's weak spot. He knows what's going to make him tick. He knows what's going to get him sent off.
Did the Portuguese try to wind Wayne up? Maybe. Did they get him sent off? It's a fact.
Ronaldo had betrayed a friend and sent England out, but far, far worse was to come.
The wink was like, you know, I got him. Do you know what I mean? But I felt like he got me too. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all felt like he got us.
I mean, I absolutely couldn't say what I was shouting at the TV.
Everyone in the room was fuming. They were just like, I can't believe he's done that, oh my God.
I could have just put my foot through the TV. He'd winked. He winked.
It even got the boys in the studio worked up.
Look at that. If he just winked there.
Please tell me no.
I think there's every chance that Wayne Rooney could go back to the Man United training ground and stick one on Ronaldo.
Oh, no.
But while the nation worked itself into a lather, Ronaldo didn't see what all the fuss was about.
I say, referee, it's foul, but I don't say red card because Rooney, it's my friend.
Whatever you say, Ron.
Yeah.
Although we might like to think we are, we're not Germany's biggest rivals. It's this lot.
Holland-Germany must be I would say, the most bitter rivalry in Europe.
Germany-Holland has been a grudge match for a long, long time.
And their clash in Milan in 1990 lived up to its billing. Even the ref got involved.
And he's determined to stamp his authority, isn't he? Probably one of the most ugliest scenes in World Cup history. The shirt's ugly, the haircut's ugly, the facial hair is terrible.
But even more shocking than that was what Dutch midfielder Frank Rijkaard did to German striker Rudi Voller. Following a little playground spat, Rijkaard came back with a spit.
Did he spit at Voller as he ran past? Was that my imagination? Let's hope so.
It was just one of the most disgusting things I think that's ever been caught on camera. It was a full projectile gob. It's absolutely gross.
There is no worse way to insult a German than to spit in his mullet.
Well, there is. You do it twice.
Well, there was no doubt about it then. Rijkaard spat on Voller as he walked past him, and that, Bobby, is atrocious.
The mullet was so thick, it takes Voller a couple of seconds to actually realise, I mean, he's spat in my hair. I thought he was going to kill him. I thought at that moment he was going to kill him. Then he saw how big Rijkaard is and he thought, nah, spitting is horrible. But spitting in a mullet, Washburn Duck, not good news.
What's that, Pete?
It's the hand of dog.
Poor, Peter. Very poor.
All right, it's the paw of dog.
No, here's the hand of God.
The 22nd of June 1986, and the Azteca Stadium in Mexico provides the backdrop for what nobody can deny is one of the World Cup's greatest ever shocks.
It's a bizarre moment, really, but I always remember the big shadow.
The big what?
The star-shaped ball. This star-shaped shadow in the centre of the pitch all the time in the main stadium, and thinking, where's that come from? How have they managed to do that?
It was in fact a piñata, a traditional Mexican decoration on which the organisers hung the stadium speakers, presumably for announcements such as, "Look out, he's going to cheat."
The Hand of God goal was singly the most ridiculous goal of all time.
I mean, I just remember being absolutely gobsmacked by it. This wasn't fair. Dad, this isn't fair. Why is this happening?
Just minutes into the second half, Argentina's Diego Maradona shocked the world by proving that he was an exceptionally handy player.
Why did you do it? Why did you do that thing?
Everyone saw the hand straight away. I mean, on the bench we all saw it. As Peter Shilton went to punch it, we saw him go up, and we saw his hand come up, and we saw him flick his head, but his hand, and we saw him run away, but people do that. He looked back when he ran away, expecting the free kick.
The big thing from his point of view was obviously the fact that he celebrated as though it was a legitimate goal.
And we just thought, well, the referee's going to give a free kick.
Millions of people all over the world saw what happened, but sadly, not the person who mattered most.
It was the first time, sort of, on live TV with a worldwide audience that someone had blatantly cheated.
Was it a use of the hand that England are complaining about? Well, certainly his arm was up. Peter Shilton protested immediately.
Sometimes things happen. It's inexplicable how on earth a referee could miss that.
We just couldn't believe that the referee or the linesman didn't see it.
Which was sheer frustration that the referee and the linesman hadn't done their job properly, hadn't seen it, and that in a World Cup quarter-final was just unacceptable.
On the subject of people not doing the jobs properly,
I don't know how Peter Shilton gets outpunched by a midget.
He was the man of the tournament. He was the guy that you should really know, and you should know he's not that tall.
He leapt like a salmon. He outleapt Shilton. It was incredible. How did this happen? You know, he's 4'3". Maradona!
Afterwards, Maradona said it was a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. But England's players and fans were left wanting to give him a somewhat less divine bunch of fives.
Maradona should have got a punch in the face from somebody on the field.